A Summons to Scholarship, a field guide to Nash research in Happy Valley. When I first arrived at Penn State more than 20 years ago, an epigraph etched above the main library entrance regularly caught my eye. It reads, "A library is a summons to scholarship." That represents a general sentiment we can all appreciate, and one that has a special meaning for Nash members interested in exploring the history of the organization. The Eberly Special Collections Library at Penn State holds 16 linear feet of records documenting the history of the North American Society for Sport History, including business meeting minutes, constitutional and convention records, general correspondence and presidential papers, financial records, committee files, journal of sport history materials, photographs, and much, much more. In addition to the Nash holdings, Penn State's libraries hold a trove of other materials for historians of sport, from the Ronald A. Smith book collection, built from a half-century of Nash book exhibits, to the papers of John Lucas, from reams of material on the Olympics to vast records on intercollegiate sport, both at Penn State and at other universities. Paul Dyzak, the sports archivist for PSU Libraries, seen here collecting an overdue book find, will provide you with more details on these archival holdings. My job is to encourage you to make the trip to Happy Valley and provide you with some practical advice on how to get here and how to support your journey. Consider this a lightning overview of how to get to a place, sometimes described as equally inaccessible from everywhere. Penn State is located in University Park, Pennsylvania, which is not actually a town, but the university itself. The university is surrounded by State College, which some people have unkindly dismissed as not really a town either, although it is home to about 40,000 people, roughly the same population as the student body. On football weekends, it swells to the third largest city in the state of Pennsylvania, behind only Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, when as many as 250,000 football fanatics show up. You can fly to Happy Valley, airport code SCE, which is currently served by flights from major hubs such as Washington Dulles, Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago O'Hare, Orlando, and Tampa. Delta, American, United, and Allegiant airlines all serve the University Park Airport. If you wanted to fly to a major hub and then rent a car to see the bucolic landscape of William Penn's famed woods, or spend a bit of time in a mid-Atlantic city, we are roughly a 3-hour drive from Pittsburgh, 4 hours from Philadelphia, the Washington, D.C., Baltimore metro area, Cleveland, and 4 to 5 hours, depending on traffic, from greater New York City airports. Newark is the easiest drive, JFK is the toughest. If you want to drive, we are smack dab in the middle of Pennsylvania, about 20 miles south of Interstate 80, which links San Francisco to New York City, on our very own Interstate 99. Interstate 99 is a brilliant pork barrel project brought to us by the late great GOP Congressman Elmer Bud Schuster, who, as the chairperson of the House Transportation Committee, built this 87.5-mile stretch of superhighway solely through his own district in order to link the three great metropolises of Bedford, Altoona, and State College, in order to make it easier for locals to get to Beaver Stadium. If you don't want to fly or drive, you can take the train, Amtrak that is, and get close to Happy Valley on the Pennsylvanian line that runs from Pittsburgh to New York City. You'll have to get off the train at Altoona, Tyrone, Huntington, or Lewistown, each about a 20 to 30 minute Uber ride to State College. Once you get to Happy Valley, you will have a plethora of lodging options, from swanky Airbnbs to all the standard national brand hotel chains and even cozy local motel options. Reasonably priced and serviced by an airport shuttle, the Nittany Lion Inn is only a 2 to 3 block walk to the Paterno wing of the Pattee Library, where special collections in the Nash archives are located. Now, one piece of advice on planning your research trip. You can maximize economy or you can maximize Penn State ambiance, but you can't have it both ways. If you want to come during a major event in town, the usual 8 home football games in the fall or Arts Fest or Fourth Fest in the summer, expect to pay premium prices. Come at a less popular time and save money, even if that means experiencing Happy Valley shrunken from the third largest city in the state back to its normal village size. One more comment on lodging. Penn State is home to a very large Nash family, including several faculty and faculty emeriti, as well as an impressive posse of graduate students and faculty members who teach in nearby institutions. The family is made of multiple generations that stretch from original founding members such as Ron Smith to middle-aged cranks like me who have been in Nash for more than 30 years to young newcomers such as Michelle Sykes. For intrepid souls willing to come and explore the Nash archives, the family has very cordially partnered with me to offer a variety of lodging options, from spare bedrooms to couches made for surfing. Ron and Sue Smith, founding members of Nash, have been hosting Nash visiting scholars for years and can double as unique troves of oral history data for clever researchers. Other Nash faculty that you might lodge with include Dane Teeple, Jamie Schultz, Marie Nelson, Michelle Sykes, Javier Lopez y Frias, and Peter Hopsicker. For a taste of rural Pennsylvania, roughly 25 miles south of State College resides the old mainline canal hub of Alexandria. Per capita, the world capital of sport history and philosophy, as both Peter Hopsicker and I live among our 331 fellow Alexandrians. Questions?